What you guys are going to see here is everything we've been telling you over the years about the responsibility of Parliament. And that is what I want you to see. This is a member of Parliament, actually what you call a senator in the United States of America, going against the Republicans. For you guys that are following, some people are not talking Spanish Creole. They don't tell about the responsibility of Parliament, how to stand up and protect democracy. They like it in Sierra Leone, we got a one-party state system because we don't get opposition. We stand up against Marabio and the SLPP thugs. So now we get elected today. We have an illegitimate government that does not have the will of the people, because the people voted against the SLPP, but they stole the elections, and Marabio, they occupy power illegally. But I want to see the roles and responsibilities of members of Parliament, and how members of Parliament defect when they don't agree with something. And they do this because I read Abdul Kabo, they talk about the counter-terrorism law when they don't pass, when they go for the jail people, and because you talk something in Olek and jail your family member.
Watch this.
I want to listen to this. Listen to this.
Men and women on this committee are good people. They're honest and caring people. And that's why I do not understand why you would relegate this committee to no longer being of significance and resort to saying you will do whatever Elon Musk and Donald Trump tell you to do. Where's the independence of the committee? Where's the legislature? We're an equal branch of government. And you start off with a blather, and yet look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so evident, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. He's been on television the last couple of days talking exactly about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and what he intends to do. Privatize it. The American people, some of them may have been born at night, but not last night. People are aware of this. Every single one of your districts. Now you have someone coming in to privatize a system, something you have longed to do going back to 1982, because Elon Musk thinks that this is the best thing to do. President Trump has called Social Security a scam. Elon Musk, as the chairman, as Mr. Neal said, called it a Ponzi scheme. Ask that of the people in your district. Ask that, Mr. Smith, of the more than 198,000 people in your district who rely on Social Security, and you won't even let the person who's planning to privatize it, who's telling the big lie in front of everyone, in bold as he possibly can, saying, this is what we're going to do. The Congress is in our back pocket. We don't even have to come before them and testify, because we control the House, we control the Senate, and we control the presidency. And it's the tyranny of the executive. It's why these resolutions were first adopted back in 1789, because the founding fathers knew that the executive branch does not have total authority over the legislature unless you have a willing party that says, no, we're going to do exactly what you tell us to do, Mr. Musk and Mr. President. It doesn't matter to our constituents. It doesn't matter how much money they are not going to receive. We're not even going to tell them the truth about what's going to happen to them. They administer to over 70 million people in the nation's #1 anti-poverty program for the elderly and children. Shame! Shame! Can't bring people in front of this body. If he's right, if they're so good, if they're so just, why aren't they here telling the American people about it? They're not, because you know the truth. It's about privatization. I yield back.
That is veteran Democratic Congressman John Larson of Connecticut, just ripping the bark off today about Social Security and what Republicans are really doing here.
Awesome, awesome. That's a congressman. Some people might play this phone. Some of them don't understand the English way they talk, but all it is saying is the fact that then they hold people accountable. Now, American, then say the Republican, they want for damage the Social Security. Social Security, we get an Sierra Leone, but they work effectively. A lot of people who retire from work, they work all their years. They're supposed to get
Don't let anybody tell you that pushback doesn't work. Don't let anybody tell you that yelling and making a fuss doesn't matter, or that journalism doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't always matter, but honestly, it's the only thing that ever does. Every single time you don't try, you lose. But sometimes when you try, you win. It's the reason it's worth trying. Pushback matters. Exposing what they are doing matters. Demanding Republicans fill the chair, show up, invite the witnesses in, let us question people. Demanding that Republicans actually answer for what Trump is doing. Republicans actually explain themselves, try to justify what it is he's doing. It turns out those demands can have an effect.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Guys, now this we don't tell all these years. Pushback matters. You remember when we call Parliament, say, "Una come and call Mohamed Kana, we call in a Parliament like and defend how he lost, how they spent $10 million, what they spend for buy material and for the elections." This is the responsibility of Parliament. Today, if we have a one-party state system in Sierra Leone, it is because Parliament feel their responsibility, and now we see so in front of our eyes. But a lot of people are, want to see how the democracy that is part of the world they survive. You know, everybody want around car overseas. Then they send them picking them car overseas. They all want their wife, they come on picking in America. This is because Americans, they defend and protect their democracy. But we in Sierra Leone, we see that we watch what they call it. Nobody down for sacrifice and take the lead for stop this nonsense that is actually happening. But like this, what they talk about the responsibility of Parliament. Everybody, that equal branches of government. The president get no get power past Parliament. Parliament is supervise judiciary. Parliament is supervise the presidency. But Parliament, they like it today. Why are they in Parliament itself? Useless Parliament. They are illegal. Put local Abdul Kagbo. You know, even get results for sure why you did a Parliament. Why you did a Parliament.
Watch this.
A lot of people have been want to see this.